Okay, cool. We agree. What you got?
So I was kind of going off how you said about like the men and women being equal, and like studies show that woman being a stay-at-home mom is equivalent to being or working 2.5 full-time jobs. So what do you think about that?
You said a stay-at-home mom is being equivalent to a man working.
No,
to working 2.5 jobs.
To working 2.5 jobs.
Yes.
Well, we can't say it's compared to that. The reason why is because I know I have 2 kids.
So
my woman stays at home and she does things, right? So the difference, what she does, she stays at home, she takes care of the kids. And that dynamic is, she's doing laundry all the time. She's cooking, dinner is made. She's doing her whole thing. But she just has that to worry about. She has herself and the humans she created, right?
Right.
That I created. But, she's there with the kids. But anyways, I'm competing with the world.
Okay.
She's not competing with anyone. So my job is stressful. Hers can be stressful.
I think I'm more looking at the workload of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, but it's
because
not
that's
even...
where you get to work, like say a 9 to 5. Because I've done it before.
Yeah.
Like I was a stay-at-home mom for almost 3 years. So as where you get to go to work, say 8 to 4 every day.
Yep.
My job never ends. Like I'm through the night, every day, in the morning when they wake up. Like it never ends. So that's kind of where I'm. Like
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
I'll say this. I get what you're saying, but logically it doesn't make sense. And the reason why, here's the reason why. So if you truly think about it, you got to change your vocabulary, change the words you use, and then you'll understand. Stay-at-home moms and women that's, because you said that you were a stay-at-home mom.
I was.
Yeah, so you were in that position. And you woke up every day and you're living in your mind. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Women tend to live in their mind because they, are slaves to their emotions in most cases. So when you're living in your mind, you wake up and you think, oh, I have to take care of the kids. I have to do laundry. I have to do this. No, you want to change your language and say, I get to take care of these beautiful kids. I get to do laundry. I get to not work and have a man that's taking care of all the bills for me. I get to do this. If you change your vocabulary, you'll change your mindset and you'll be thinking like, oh, wow, you'll be more appreciative of the things in a situation that man put you in for you to not have to go out there and work and compete with the world. But the thing is, your vocabulary is all messed up.
Because making money isn't easy to do either.
No, I agree.
You know
I think I learned from being a stay-at-home is that I didn't enjoy it. I said to you earlier, like, I think a lot of girls always say, like, they want a traditional man where they can stay home and take care of the kids. And I hated it. Like, I don't think a lot of girls want a traditional man. I think they want the chivalry that comes from it. They want the flowers, they want the dates, but they don't actually want to be a traditional woman that goes with a traditional man.
I could agree with that.
Well, I could agree with that to an extent. Women still, it's different, right? So you have nurture versus nature. Right? So it's the nurture versus nature argument. So some women say that, like you just said, like, oh, well, they don't really want the stay at home stuff. They really just want to be independent and do it their own thing. That's because they've been nurtured to think that way via the feminist movement and all this equal independent stuff, right?
Yeah.
They've been nurtured to think that way. Nature will take over in time, right?
Yeah.
When she's getting a little older and she ain't got as many options and she in a club, she got to pay for her own drinks and her DMs ain't as full as they used to be when she was 24. She gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just kind of looking for a man and, trying to do a stay-at-home situation and, stuff like that. So, and not only that, when you truly think about it, that could be one aspect of the nature as well, but I'll take it a step further. The other aspect is, it's like when you truly peel back the layer to the things that you want in a man, what's your baseline that every woman wants? Security, right?
Yeah.
If like, you got to think, like, that's the baseline, security. So then you got to compare it. So you got to say, all right, do I want, this got to be very charismatic and have good dick? That's fun. That's cool. But would I take that over security?
Yeah.
You're going to be like, short term, yes, but long term, I need security.
You got to live. Gotta
so
eat.
when you start getting older, you start to mature because you're losing less, you're getting less options and stuff like that. So then you start to think long term. So that's really nature. Nature is long term. Nature is not short term, right?
Yeah.
So it's what nurture is short term. You get what I'm saying? So when you truly look at it, it's like, all right, you want security, so that's the nature aspect of it. You may say that these women, they say that, oh yeah, I want to be independent. I don't really want to be a stay-at-home woman. You say it now, but give it a little time. You will want that. And usually, most women didn't even meet men that can take them out of the workforce.
Yeah.
Most women don't even meet those men. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not necessarily saying that I don't want a man to take care of me, because I do.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is I've experienced being a person that stays at home 24/7 and does all of that. And I just realized that that's not necessarily exactly what I want. Like, I've tweaked a little bit. Like, I would like to go out and work and still have a man that takes care of me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's because you've been a little traumatized. I heard a bit of your story when you was talking back there to Ease, and I could already tell you, we could probably talk. I know it's something that you don't want to explain on a podcast, but yeah. I know why you're thinking that way is because that.
Like, I don't mind having a man that takes care of me. I don't mind having a man that pays for things, but I still want to do. I'm at the point in my life where I want to do something that I love. So, like, I want to go to school. I like going to school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's not about that I want to be this independent-ass girl, whatever. You know what I mean? So, I don't mind having a man that takes care of me, but...
You still want to enjoy your life and do the thing that you like to do.
Yeah, I still want to just do something that I enjoy. Do something for me, because I did something for someone else for so long.
Got it.
Okay, hey, everyone that's tuned in right now on Facebook, hey, man, we about to close out the Facebook chat. We about to close out the Facebook stream. Glass is coming on. Y'all thought it got spicy. Now it's about to get a little bit more turnt. So let me go ahead and close that out. Uno momento, por favor, for all my Spanish people in. And come on, everyone that's on Facebook, come on over to YouTube. That's No Fugazee Podcast on YouTube. We are closing down a Facebook stream now.
I gotta use the restroom.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Remember, there's a restroom upstairs as well. So
yeah, if she's in that one, it's a restroom right upstairs. Just turn to your right. Yeah. All right, chat. Let's see what the chat's saying real quick before we get into some more topics.
Yeah, read that. Get that out of the way.
Okay. And actually, no, we didn't even finish your question, bro. We stopped because we started talking about other stuff. What was your question?
About what would women date? A guy with money and status, but he's cheating?
Oh yeah, we need to ask her that. So
we asked. They all said.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't ask Liz that.
Liz, go ahead.
So Liz, the question was when you were in the bathroom. The question was, what kind of guy would you rather date? Would you rather date a guy that makes a lot of money and he has a lot of status, but he cheats on you all the time, or would you rather date a guy that works a 9-to-5 job but he's faithful?
Oh, geez. Well, that's easy.
Mike.
Twisted, yeah.
That's easy. I've been in one relationship ever for 6 years, and he's cheated on me the whole time. So I would pick the 9-to-5.
Loyal guy.
All the way.
Okay.
All the way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's from Lancaster, probably so.
It's actually Lancaster.
I don't know about her though.
It's
I think
not
she was capping.
Lancaster. Where's that at?
We can get into that.
Yeah, let's get into it right now, Maya. We think, me and the chat, we think you're capping. We think you would choose the guy with money and status.
She's the guy with money and status.
Remember, he has money and status. He's paying for everything. You don't gotta work, but the thing is, he cheats all the time.
Yeah.
So you choose the 9-to-5 guy who's faithful over the guy with the money and status?
I've done both, and I mean, I've had 9-to-5 guys cheat on me. I've had balling guys cheat on me. Like, I think that ultimately, like, it's like if somebody's gonna cheat on me, I'm gonna lose. Like, it's gonna lose, the relationship will lose integrity. I'm gonna lose feelings, and then it's just gonna spiral from there. So it's like, if you're gonna, like, you know, I just don't want somebody that's gonna be disloyal in general, because I feel like that's gonna, like, I know how I'm gonna react to it. That's why I'm saying, like,
I think it comes down to how he said before, like, girls want security, so cheating isn't giving us the security that we want.
It's gonna.
So if you're a 9-to-5 and you're loyal, like, I'll take that. over status, money,
I don't
and
think
cheating.
there's anything wrong with a 9 to 5 also.
The only
Like,
reason why we
Exactly.
ask because a lot of women that date guys with money and high status, they tolerate the cheating. A lot of women say that
I've s- yeah.
a lot of women say that they rather take the guy who has money and status, and as long as she's taking care of them and paying everything and giving them what she wants, she'll tolerate the cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
though.
it's-
That's
Can I say
temporary.
something?
Yeah, sure.
So we would still rather consistency. So consistency is with the 9 to 5 that doesn't cheat, but we would tolerate the guy who has a little extra money because the money it dries the tears at the end of the day. So
The money provides the security. Like she was saying, you were saying that, well, the loyalty provides security. That's incorrect.
Did you think
Why?
that could be circumstantial?
Yeah, well, no, I'll explain.
Okay.
So women tend to operate off two things, right? You got your emotions. Well, you got your hypergamous nature, and then you got your feelings. The hypergamous nature is really not a feeling. It's kind of like it's your biology. You look for a man that's doing better than you, in usually all regards, right? So that's the security. When you get that quality, man, because women look for quality, that's when you really feel secure. You don't look for, and you also got to think about it when a woman, like women don't care about a man's body count. If you're truly being honest,
No.
you don't care at all. Don't really care. So that means that you really don't care about the sexual aspect of the man. And you also got to think that it is in your nature. I'm not saying making a should claim. This is what women should do, but I'm just stating a fact. And if what's her name?
Fatima?
Fatima. If Fatima was here right now, because she's Muslim, she would tell you. In Muslim, the man can have up to 3 wives if he can provide. Think about why the provide for. So if he can give security to all 4 women, then he can have that. And guess what? Billions of people. There's billions of Muslims. Right? It got to be at least 1 billion or 2 billion, because what is it, 8 billion people on the planet, or 9 billion people? So at least got to be at least 1 or 2 billion Muslims, and they're all operating this way. That's not no social construct when it's like that. That's literally that's nature. That's just how women can operate, because a man can love multiple women at the same time. Go ahead, Maya.
The thing that you were saying about the body count thing, and I agree with like a lot of the things that you say, but I also think that it's not necessarily like body count, but it's the fact that you're like, because I'm not going to judge somebody based off of like what they've already done, or well, I mean, to an extent, but like if they're with me like currently and we've built this relationship and everything, whether it's, even if it's somebody that you're just kind of starting to fuck with or whatever, it's like, you start to get emotionally attached. And after that point of emotional attachment, I think that it's not necessarily about the number. It's like the fact that how are you like perceiving me? Are you respecting me enough to like, you respect the relationship enough to not step out of it? I think it's not necessarily like the number of like that you have, slept with a lot of people or whatever.
Ladies, no vaping. It's not good. The fog is not good for the cameras. Go ahead.
And I don't know what I was kind of.
I get what you're saying. So, and that part of what you're saying, I see why you're saying it, because women want an experienced man. So since you want an experienced man, then okay, it's like you don't really care what his body count is, and usually the most experienced man. He's usually not going to be a virgin.
Right,
like as far as the sexual aspects, he's not going to be a virgin. And as far as the way he can convey himself around a woman and make her feel the vibes, that's usually not coming from a virgin, right? In most cases, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So that's why you don't like look for that, because you want an experienced man. But I'm talking about like just for a man, it's much different. So if you were to ask us, like, do we care about a woman's body count? We would tell you that, yes, we do care about a woman's body count, because we look for inexperienced, right? Because we want to show the woman a world. We don't want a woman that's already been shown a world by a multitude of other niggas. We just don't want that. So, in that regard, I get what you're saying. So you don't really care. Like, you don't really care about the number, and then the other part you were saying that as
Like,
long
it's-
as he's not like out there cheating on you is what you mean.
Yeah, it's more about like the experience that you have with the person after you become emotionally attached to them. Not necessarily like what they've already
Respect.
done. Like kind of. It's like once you get to that, I feel like especially for women, especially sorry. Once you get to that point of like I'm emotionally attached to this person, which
Yeah.
usually happens after sex, like for women, I think, but once you get to that point, it's like what happens after
I mean, for
that,
hoes,
like,
it
with-
happens after sex. For women, ladies that has chastity,
I don't know.
it
I
happens
think-
before sex.
Well, I guess if you're it depends.
The mental-
What do you mean by that?
Like if
So-
you're
Mental
celibate,
So
I guess.
I'm saying that women that's had multiple sexual partners, it's more harder for them to pair bond with men. So that means that they normally don't pair bond with a man until after he lays down that good pipe. So, but I'm saying that a woman that didn't experience a lot of men, she's more likely and more susceptible to feeling the vibes and having a good connection with him prior to sex.
So what,
But a woman that
what would you
already
consider
that been
to
ran
be
through
a lot? Just out of curiosity.
a lot. Well, scientific studies show that once a woman reaches a body count between 5 and 6, the probability for her to maintain a long-term relationship goes down to 20%. So, with that being said, a high body count, anything over 5.
And then do you believe that at some point in a woman's life that she could once be a hoe for, just speaking, and then decide to like try to change her life, be like, I don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, I
know what I'm
believe
saying?
I believe in Jesus, and I believe in repentance. I believe that a woman that was promiscuous can repent her sins and definitely change her ways. Mentally, physically, and well, not physically, them dicks ain't going nowhere, but at least mentally and spiritually, she could change her ways. But we live in a secular world, meaning that's America, God removed from America. We're living in America where it's godless. So with that saying, it's like, generally speaking, most women, they ain't really, changing their behaviors like that.
Do you think men have the
Only-
same ability to do that?
Men?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a man can both. I believe that any human being can truly change their ways.
So who do you think's more likely to succeed at actually doing that?
I believe overall men happen in this studies on as well, polls on as well. Men happen to be more conservative, and as they get older, they get even more conservative. With women, they're usually more liberal. And then as they get older or they get married, then they become more conservative in their values.
Do you think that's because of like how the saying goes that women have sex with who they want and men have sex with who they can?
Well, it's not because of that. I think it streams from we live in a godless society. So women are promiscuous, men are promiscuous, and promiscuity hurts the woman more. So they just feel the shame because, I mean,
Do you
other
agree
women.
with that though, that women can have sex with who they want and men can have sex with who they can?
Well, yeah, that is a fact because women hold the key to sex. Back to what Maya was saying real quick. So let me let you understand something, Maya, because you were talking about one thing where you were like, well, I think that, I could just, I think that I could just, feel the vibes with the man and have a connection with him. Yeah, you were saying, it was like 5 minutes ago before we were
I just
talking.
think what I was saying that like once you get to a certain point of like in the like relationship, whether it's like brand new or whatever, it's just somebody that you're kind of like fucking with, that like once you get to that emotional attachment, like then it's like what he does after that. Like if he sleeps with other people after that, then it's like that's what matters and not like whoever else. Like he could slept with 100 people before that and
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. I was just gonna say on some other aspects when you mentioned a few things, because women tend to wait at the finish line and smash the winners, meaning that they don't see the value that the man has to earn for him to be attractive and for him to convey himself and rizz you up and make you feel the vibes. You didn't see the process that he had to go through. Because a man, we're not born with our sexual value. Like, you being attracted to a man, like, you think that just came naturally. Like, no, this nigga had practice. He had to talk and court to mad chicks and get rejected. He had to slide in mad DMs and get rejected. He had to do a lot of things. He had to hit the gym, go ham in the gym. He had to, work.
Well, that's just kind of like a building, like.
But what I'm saying is, men tend to just love a woman for how they are.
Yeah.
Right. We love you idealistically. You don't have to accomplish anything. We don't give a freak
I think,
about.
like, men are more visual too. So
Yeah,
it's
that too.
easier for a man to be attracted to. Like,
Well, and it's easier for us to like feel something too, is because we love a woman more idealistically, meaning that we don't care about what you accomplish. You didn't have to. You're already born with your value. Men, a woman loves a man opportunistically, right? Like, if you meet a man, it's like, all right, for example, who do you think is going to be more masculine, more dominant, and more of a good leader and more attractive and can convey himself better to you? A man that is a trust fund baby. He had a very comfortable life and everything was just given to him. Or a man that's a millionaire, but he earned it and he went out there and worked for it and he built up that assertiveness and he built up that dominance and he built up that masculinity of being able to lead a woman. Who do you think is going to be more attractive?
Me
Second
personally,
one.
or
Second one for me.
Second one. Okay, for you. What about you? Trust fund
honestly,
baby or the guy that had to really go out there and get it
One that's working.
and build himself up?
I don't know. I don't think that it's either way, because it's like, ultimately, as far as you're saying with like the whole sustainability or whatever, like the security kind of thing. Like,
Move your mic up a little bit like this.
I think
No, like twist it. Yeah, that way.
Yeah, there you
like
go.
they're gonna provide the same amount of security financially,
But
or
the
whatever.
personality
the-
is going to be different.
So it's like
that's very
it's
true.
not even.
Personality
It's
very
gonna be.
different.
That's so true.
It's gonna be
Okay,
more
I don't-
authentic.
I thought that you were going the financial route.
Not the
with that,
financial route. I'm
but-
going with the like.
The character, the
anybody
personality,
that has
how he
to-
holds, how he is
somebody
as a
that's gonna
person,
have
how
to
he.
work for things, like, is obviously gonna have.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
what they have in common is that they're both financially secure, but the personality is going to be different. One's
Right.
going to be entitled, one's going to,
Yeah,
you know,
that I
be
could not
more-
deal with that. I don't think I could.
You know what I'm
sit
saying?
Yeah.
in a room with somebody that's
like,
like.
what would you prefer? A guy that's like, well, he's just going to be entitled.
Most
Like,
people, I think, couldn't relate to somebody that is somebody that has had everything provided.
Had everything
to them.
provided to them.
Exactly.
Okay,
So-
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that usually, now if we just tie everything together, women are attracted to the man that earned his value, because that's what, if you earn your value, that's what builds character. Going through adversities and trauma and overcoming them builds character.
builds character.
Going through adversities and overcoming trauma for a woman builds masculinity, and she becomes more independent, more rambunctious, more
Aggressive.
non-agreeable, more aggressive, and more of
Argumentative.
annoying. Yeah, more of a headache. So it's different. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.